Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Board Games Daily, your daily dose of tabletop gaming discussion on Anchor. Now welcome your hosts, Jeremiah Isley, Scott Firestone, and AJ Skifstad.
Oh my goodness. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Board Games Daily. Hey, it's Jeremiah Isley. My voice isn't usually this deep, but if you listened yesterday, you know what's going on. It's that time of year in Ohio when things get a little sketchy in the weather and my voice is paying the price. Anyway, want to thank you for tuning in. Going to remind you about a couple things before we jump into today's show. Don't forget the hotline. You can call, be a part of the show. We've got Topic Wednesday. I guess it's the question of the week now. We got that coming up, so you might want to get in on that conversation, weigh in on your thoughts and opinions on that. So don't forget, you can call 216-352-3864, be a part of the conversation, or if you want another question to be answered, or you have an idea for a topic of the week or a game night cage fight, all of those things, give us a call. You can be a part of the show. It's super fun, super amazing, and just a good time. All right, so we're going to do that. We got the question of the week. I'm going to weigh in on this week's cage fight, and we'll see what else we get into as the show unfolds. Don't forget, also, we've got the Tiny Epic contest still going on. You can go to theologyofgames.com. That link is in the show notes. Go there, click on the landing page to enter the contest. Lots of ways to enter, but only one will win. The Tiny Epic contest, the prize pack from Gamelyn Games of every deluxe version of every current Tiny Epic game, plus a Game Hall custom bag. It's a $300 prize from our good friends at Gamelyn Games. They're super awesome. They've got a Kickstarter going on. We're going to talk about that Friday in Kickstarter Weekly. Lots of cool stuff happening out there in the world of Theology of Games. So check it all out. Go to theologyofgames.com. That's 2 minutes for this intro, which is way too much. I'm out for now. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned as the show rages on.
You can be more than just a listener. If you're listening via the Anchor app, you can be a part of the discussion by using the voice message feature. Don't just sit on the sidelines. Download the app and join the conversation today.
Hey everyone, it's Firestone here with Board Games Daily, coming to you with this week's topic of the week, which is, if you had a time machine, and let's say a good little bit of money that you'd set aside, which Kickstarter would you go back in time and back? That's it. It's a simple question, but one that I thought was pretty interesting when I heard it the other day. So, we've all missed out on Kickstarters, or we didn't have the money at the time, or we thought that's crazy expensive, or you weren't sure how good a Kickstarter was going to be. Because I'm going to be honest here. I play a lot of games, and I play a lot of Kickstarter games, and a lot of them are stinkers. Just big fat stinkers. But for every big fat stinker, there's also something like Gloomhaven or Thunderstone Quest or other things that were on Kickstarter and turn out to be, well, just amazing. So this was kind of a difficult one for me. What I would have answered before was Brass, but they actually opened up the window afterward. After the copies came in, I played a copy of it and went, oh, this is amazing. I wish I'd backed that. And then they opened up the window and said, yeah, you can still get it. And it was for roughly the same price as the Kickstarter. So I went in and got it. But if I was going to answer, I would say Orleans Deluxe, probably. The Tasty Minstrel Deluxeified versions are quite nice. I'm not a fan of all of them. For example, the Crusaders one, the Deluxeified version, the pieces are plastic. And I actually prefer the wood pieces that it came with. So that's one where I probably wouldn't want it. But like Yokohama Deluxe, really cool. Wish I'd gotten that. And I know you can get it now, but I already have the game, so I'm not sure I need to buy. Anyway. But Orleans has turned out to be one of my favorite games. It's really great, and the Deluxeified version is gorgeous. And I wish I'd gotten it, if for no other reason then that the little worker pieces that I have, that are the cardboard ones, they're already starting to show wear and they're feeling grimy because you're handling them a lot. And so I put those in the bag and they're kind of sticky, and not sticky because anybody eats eats food around my games, but just from the handling. So I realized, oh, I wish I'd gotten the deluxe version because then I wouldn't have to worry about this. Now, it turns out that Board Game Geek, in addition to all the promos and things like that they produce, they have started producing game components. And one that they did wisely was Orleans. It's kind of pricey. I want to say the set is like $35, but they are hard plastic, kind of like Bakelite plastic. And the transfer, the image is on there really well. It'll probably last forever. So I'm seriously thinking about doing that because I didn't get in on the deluxeified version of Orleans. But that's my answer. Of all the games, Blood Rage would have been cool to get in on, but Rising Sun would have been cool to get in on because I ended up liking that more than I thought I would. But when I think of other games, I'm just like, I don't know. It's not that big a deal. But I've played Orleans. I love Orleans, and the deluxe version, I wish I'd gotten that. So that is my answer. What is your answer? What is the Kickstarter game you wish you had backed originally? Talk to you later. Have a great week.
Hey there, AJ here, weighing in on the topic. So we are talking Kickstarters we wish we would have backed. And there are several that I wish I would have backed, but one that I wanted more than anything, going back on it, and I actually said I wasn't going to buy this game until they released a Kickstarter again with all the bells and whistles, and I couldn't help it anymore. I had to buy the game. It was Orleans Deluxe by Tasty Minstrel Games. I absolutely loved Orleans the first time I played it. My brother-in-law picked it up on Kickstarter. He picked it up the deluxe version with the gold, with the coins and the wood tokens. I believe the workers are wood tokens, and it was just beautiful. Not only that, the Meeple Realty insert goes with the deluxeified version, and I said I have to have this game, but I will not buy it until they offer the deluxe version again, or the deluxeified version as they call it. And I waited and waited and waited. I thought certainly this game is so good that certainly it will be out within, another year at the max. I was so wrong about that. I've not been able to get the deluxeified version, even though I searched eBay and different places, third-party sellers, to try and get this game. I haven't been able to get it. So I finally had to get just a regular base copy because I love the game so much, and I'm sure a deluxeified edition will be released any day now, just to spite my actually buying the game, the regular edition. But when it does happen, I might just have to go ahead and spring for it. We'll see. That's the Kickstarter I wish I would have backed. How about you guys? Join the conversation. We want to hear from you. That's it for now. Check you later.
Okay, guys, I'm going to jump in on the cage fight conversation that we started yesterday, and I'll come back probably Friday with my thoughts. I think that's when I have that scheduled on this week's topic as well. But for me, here's a tough thing. Pandemic versus Pandemic the Cure, dice versus a card, the standard typical pandemic game. I have a hard time with this one. One, I haven't played the dice version. Okay, so it should be like a slam dunk for me, right? It should just be Pandemic, and that's the one I played, so it's great, it's fun, cool, let's do it. I have a few problems with that, though. To me, Pandemic doesn't have the staying power that I thought it would the first couple times I played it. It's a fun game, but honestly, it's really hard. Like the difficulty level is very, very hard, even if you're not like ratcheting it up. I've never actually beaten the game with 4 players. I've beaten it, 2-player, 3-player, but when you get that 4th player, there's just so many things that can happen bad before each player gets their turn to come back around. So you could be sitting there holding cards that are really going to be helpful, but so much crap goes down before the game gets back to you that it's the good hand of cards that you thought you had becomes super ineffective. So I just, to me, I think Pandemic, I'll still play it from time to time, but I think there are many, many co-op games that have come along that I would much rather play than Pandemic. And to me also, Pandemic, Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Sky, like they're all very, very mechanically derivative. Obviously, it's the same designer, so that makes sense. And everything that I've heard, Pandemic Legacy really blows out the original Pandemic. So here's what I'm going to say. Here's taking too long describing all of this. I'm going to say Pandemic the Cure because I'm hoping it's different enough from Pandemic and Forbidden Sky and Forbidden Island and all those games. I'm hoping it's different enough when I actually get to play it. I would rather try a new game that I haven't played before than I would play Pandemic again. That's just kind of where I am on that. I'm not casting aspersions on Pandemic necessarily, but it's been around so long, and to me, it's kind of overstayed its welcome a bit. So there's my vote. What is your vote for Pandemic versus Pandemic the Cure? Let us know. You can do it a couple of ways. We've got a poll going on Board Games Daily on the Twitter account at Board Games Daily, or you can call in 216-352 like our friend Gamer Leaf did. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
Hi, Jeremiah and AJ and everybody else there on staff, as well as all you listening to Board Games Daily or whatnot, or Theology of the Games. This is Gamer Leaf. I'm currently running a Kickstarter, but I wanted to take time out of that to come on and vote for my pick in the Game Night Cage Fight. As I have not played either of them, I'm going to have to go for Pandemic because it's been sitting on my shelf forever waiting to be played. So there be my vote. Thank you. Gamer Leaf out.
All right, that's going to do it for another week of Board Games Daily. Thanks for tuning in. It's not another week. It's just another day. We've got another episode coming on Friday. It's the cold medicine kicking in. I apologize. Anyway, we'll be back again on Friday as we bring you this week's Kickstarter weekly segment. And I'll be weighing in on this week's question of the week. And who knows what else will happen. Hopefully you'll be on the show because you'll call 216-352-3864 and leave a message like our good friend Gamer Leaf did this week. And don't forget the contest. I must remind you about the contest. Go to theologyofgames.com, enter the contest to win all those cool, super awesome Tiny Epic Games and their deluxe versions. And big thanks to Gamelyn Games. Don't forget to check out their latest Kickstarter, Tiny Epic Tactics. They've got that going on, and it looks super awesome. The Tiny Epic series lives and breathes and is a force to be reckoned with. So there's that. Don't forget, if you so enjoy the show, there's a couple ways you can support us. You can support us through Anchor by just clicking the Support This Podcast button, or by going to theologyofgames.com/Patreon and becoming a patron of the show. We really appreciate that. You can get some cool perks along the way. And I think that's all I've got for today. I'm going to get out of here and drink some more tea. Thanks for tuning in. For my co-hosts, AJ Skifstad and Scott Firestone, I'm Jeremiah Isley saying, until Friday, it's a good day to play a game.
Thanks for joining us today. Board Games Daily is powered by theologyofgames.com. Don't forget to head over to theologyofgames.com to check out all we have to offer, including written reviews, our YouTube channel, and 2 other podcasts. If you enjoyed this show, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you're listening. Thanks for listening, and go put a game on the table.